Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that is very close to my heart and actually is something that I've been experiencing. The topic is how to get over or how to recover from a depression relapse. As many of you may or may not know, I suffer from depression. I made a couple of videos months ago about my struggle of depression. It was more of a visual representation rather than oral representation, but life has been tough, and I know, talking to a couple of friends who do suffer from depression, how difficult it is to recover from a relapse. I want to offer my own opinion, my own advice, my own tips to you guys in case any of you need the support or the advice. So I have 6 tips. Let's get into this. My first tip is to get out of the house. I know how susceptible depressed people are to just staying in their bed. I've been there. It's very easy and comforting to stay in bed, stay in the house. It's quite daunting and anxiety provoking to even think of leaving the house, but leaving the house, getting a breath of fresh air can do wonders to your mental state of mind. So I could recommend just going out, walking around, being in nature. That helps so much. I know that's helped a lot for me. So get out of the house, get out of bed. It helps. My second tip is to fuel your body with nutritious food. So this tip is obviously very subjective. To me, nutritious food is plant-based, whole foods. But to someone else who's not vegan or not vegetarian, that may be chicken breast or whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you feel energetic. I recommend you to eat those type of foods. If you want to eat pizza, then eat pizza. If you want to eat things that are deemed bad foods, then eat those foods. The last thing you should be feeling is guilt for the decisions you make in your life. You're already combating depression. You don't need those secondary feelings of guilt and remorse because of your food choices. So fuel your body with foods that you like and foods that make you feel good. My third tip is to talk to people, period, but also to talk to loved ones, people you trust. For me at least, when I am in a depressive episode, I isolate myself, and that really messes with my head. The last thing I want to do is talk to people, really, but when I do eventually talk to people, engage with others, it makes me feel wanted. It makes me feel like I'm not someone people are just avoiding. Because, with depression, a lot of things can get built up in your head. A lot of false stories, a lot of convoluted scenarios that your mind produces. So talking with people, it reminds you that people do care about you and that you are a valued human being. And you don't even need to talk about your depression. It can just be about anything, literally anything. But talking about your feelings also helps. My fourth tip kind of relates to my first tip, but it is to do something productive, just to do anything. As I said earlier, when I'm depressed, I don't want to do anything but lie in bed and cry and sleep and maybe watch Netflix, but that's what I feel like doing. I know that your body is telling you, dude, don't do anything, you're worthless, but you have to go against that voice in your head. Depression easily robs you of the things that you once loved, and you can't let your mental illness take control over your passions. Just being active, doing something. It doesn't even have to be exercise, just doing something, writing, playing the ukulele, singing, walking around, going into a bookstore, looking at books, sitting in a park, anything that makes you feel productive, anything that makes you feel like you have purpose, you should be doing those things. Doing things that make you feel like you have a purpose, that is directly combating what the depressive voice in your head is telling you. And that voice is telling you that you're worthless, but you know you're not. My next tip is to maintain a regular sleep schedule. So for me, when I am battling with my depression, I tend to oversleep. I tend to go to bed early. I'm sleeping an absurd hours of the day. To combat this, I suggest going to bed at a decent hour, not too late, not too early, whatever that means for you, and waking up around the same time every day. So for me, I like to go to bed around 10:30, 11, definitely not past 12. And I like to wake up early since I am a morning person. So waking up at 7, waking up at 7:30, that's what I like to do. Sticking to a regular sleep schedule allows your body to get back into its circadian rhythm, and it'll make you feel more energized, less sluggish throughout the day. My last tip is a tip that's difficult to implement, but it's a good tip to have in mind, and that is to allow yourself to feel your emotions. So many people have been taught to, not cry, not to be sad. You shouldn't feel this, you shouldn't feel this, you shouldn't express these emotions. But human beings are emotional beings by nature. Especially when we're depressed, we're feeling all these emotions: sadness, loneliness, anger, frustration. The best thing you can do for yourself is allow yourself to feel the emotions. Don't deny yourself of what is only natural. And once you feel the emotions, maybe you can start thinking about, what can I do to address these emotions? What's a productive way for me to get over my sadness, to get over my anger? What is the root of these issues? Once you allow yourself to feel them, then you can address them. Those are all the tips I have for you guys. I hope that you all found this video helpful. If you have any other tips, let me know. As we all know, depression is something that cannot be cured. It's an ongoing mental illness that has its valleys and highs, and right now life is kind of tough for me. Mental illness is a difficult thing to deal with, but I hope you all know that I am here for you. I am here to support you on your journey. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. Mwah.